Good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak, Treasury Consulting Group is a multinational headquartered group based out India, Singapore, and Hong Kong. More importantly, we do have offices in three parts of the globe. Apart from that, we are 100% profitable. So, unlike the companies Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, Lenskart, Paytm, and many more companies, those who are extensively dependent on venture capitalist and private equity money, we are 100% profitable. As an organization, we hold our own hedge fund, but this is proprietary in nature. So, by proprietary hedge fund, it means that we do not trade third party capital. So, our fund is closed for third party capital, which means that no third party capital can invest his or her money in our fund. So, whatever positions which we are taking, these positions are backed up by our own capital. Functionally speaking, we are taking positions in FICC, which means fixed income, currency, and commodities. Apart from that, we take positions in crypto also. But having said that, our hedge fund is 100% profitable. Majority of our positions, which means over 95% positions are profitable, and rest we carry forward. Apart from that, we hold our news desk where charges are 1200 rupees per year. Our learning platforms, our training platforms, our consulting desk, our private placement program, our pension fund, our family office desk, and many more revenue streams. In case you wish to have any information, you can definitely WhatsApp on my personal number, which is +91 9899242978. Alternatively, you can WhatsApp on our back office, which is +91 9818485155. Today is the fifth episode of Tera, Baap, Aaya, and this would be in English because the earlier four were in Hindi, so this would be in English. Now, before that, I would like to tell you a story. I am also a MBA, Masters in Business Administration. I am not a chartered accountant. I am not a CFA, not chartered financial analyst, certified financial analyst, CPA and all. I am a person, if you know me personally, because from the last 7 years, I am making videos in public domain, YouTube and all. And as we speak, we are holding near about 12,000 videos in the social networks. Apart from that, we hold thousands of screenshots, thousands of tweets, many Facebook connects, and so on and so forth. I am a strong believer of knowledge. I always believe that the most important thing in the world is knowledge. And every passing day, it's not about India, every passing day, the markets across the globe are getting extremely manipulated, not competitive, manipulated. The person who is knowledgeable would be able to hold positions in the market. The person who is not knowledgeable would definitely be losing in the market. Keeping this in mind, every year in India, thousands and thousands of kids do MBA courses, Masters of Business Administration. So now the story starts in 2012, which is 9 years from now. 2012 because I started my speaking career in 2010 when I started invited in international conferences, seminars, and I used to put my points upfrontly, brazenly, like I'm doing here. Between 2010 and 2012, I interacted with many bankers, even though I worked as a treasurer. Many bankers means, in the sense like, international bankers. I interacted with regulators. I interacted with many Indian regulators, and I got to know that the level of intelligence of them. 2012, I started being invited by the business schools in India as a guest speaker. God is very kind. Today, I being the guest speaker of almost every business school of India, almost everybody. Whether this is whether the business schools from Delhi, Mumbai, even SP Jain, I am a faculty there. Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, Institute of Company Secretary of India, Institute of Cost Accountant of India. You name, I've been the faculty of these institutes. But now I'm not teaching much because I don't have time. Majority of my time is with my hedge fund to manage the positions and make the profits and to grow the company. Then slowly, I being interacted with the MBA institution. So there is something which had happened in 2012. I was invited by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India to deliver a training program at their Center of Excellence at Hyderabad, Kachapalli, which is very near to Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, hardly 1 kilometer away. It's a very good, I would say, good setup by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India in Hyderabad. And after 2012, I've been there many times by ICAI. So when I was there in 2012, I was invited by one business school. I'm not naming, but you can guess that which business school I'm talking in Hyderabad. And this business school gave me an opportunity to interact with their students for 1 hour and trying to push them in the field of finance. You know that I'm a very straight speaker. I hardly bothers about the feedback, the views, the counts, the likes. Like even in my YouTube videos, you will not listen me to say that please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will never say this. If you like our videos, you will subscribe. If you do not like our videos, you will not subscribe. I never say you subscribe my YouTube channel. I am hardly bothered. Even on this video, I get 5 views. I hardly bothers because, like Steve Jobs, that you should continue to do your karma, and you shouldn't be bothered that what the hell people are thinking about you. You should do your karma. Similarly, in 2012, I was invited. I went to business school. It's a very large campus out there, very large campus. And I interacted with the students. And the kind of knowledge which I saw in the students that pushed me to think again and again in the return flight from Hyderabad to Delhi, because then I was based in India, that the parents of these thousands of students who pay lakhs of rupees as MBA, what their kids are getting? Nothing. Trust me, the kids were unable to answer even simplistic questions which I was asking. And after this seminar, I personally interacted with few students and I got to know that they are paying near about 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs as a cost of the MBA. And what kind of knowledge they were deliberating before me, I don't think they need to pay more than 3 to 4 lakh rupees as a cost of their MBA. In 2014, I was again invited by the same institute, and this time my research paper got selected by this institute. I was in Chennai at that point of time, again deliberating a training session by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, Chennai. And then immediately I got an email in 2014 that I need to travel to Hyderabad because my my finance paper is being shortlisted by them, and I need to do a presentation. I went there at my own cost, my living, hotel, travel, everything. I did that. Here I interacted with one of the famous authors of finance who used to be IM Dean, Mr. IM Pandey. He was actually the speaker of that at that point of time. And I pinpointed a mistake in the IM Pandey book because even when we were doing MBA, our teacher recommended IM Pandey, and I used to teach the international book. I used to study the international books. Even today, if you come to our office, you will see thousands of international books which we hold. We never study Indian books because Indian authors they themselves do not know what they are writing. Most of the content is copycat, right? But there are few good authors we have in India, based outside India. So I pinpointed few mistake in IM Pandey, and he simply ignored this. Then I challenged IM Pandey, and he again ignored that. During this seminar, I got an opportunity to speak and I presented my paper. And one thing which I found in this paper is that this business school faculties were completely incompetent enough to even understand what I'm talking it about. I was allocated 15 minutes initially on the email to present my paper, but within 5 minutes my session was over. And they said that it is too technical to handle. Come on. You are a business school finance faculty and you are saying it is too technical. Eventually in 2016, I started my career. I started my company, Treasury Consulting. The initial couple of years were very, very struggleful, and it happens in your startup, nothing new. Then God is kind. Today we are a very good position. God is really kind. After 2017-18, Treasury Consulting again started number of emails from MBA institutions, which includes IMs also. I'm not naming the branch of the IM, but I have the emails from IMs that they really wish to place our students with the Treasury Consulting. Almost on the daily basis, I am getting messages from JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, and many financial institutions employees that they wanted to work with us. I don't know what the hell they're looking at us compared to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and all. After 2018, I was free. Free means like when I used to speak in 2014, 13, 12, 15, before my as a generally in EXL as a corporate treasurer, I was somehow binded by the EXL policies. But in 2016, I was free. Free means no control because our company is not backed up by private equity or any private equity or the venture capitalist firm. So I was completely free. I am free. That's why I shoot these kind of videos like Tera, Baap, Aaya. Have you seen any startup backed up by venture capitalists and private equity who shoot these kind of videos? Never. I have interviewed thousands of students from MBA institutions. We trained thousands of students from MBA institutions. Even today, there are 4 or 5 students who are in training. But one thing which I have observed across India, and I repeat across India, which is there is hardly any knowledge which is provided by these institutions to the kids who spared near about 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs, in some cases 16 lakhs as the MBA. I tell you very recent case, just few days ago. I got a call in the morning time, in the morning time you can say, and this person said to be in the on the board of one of the universities of Rajasthan. I'm not named that universities. I always take calls. Never worry. Treasury Consulting is a profitable company, so we always take all calls. I just took the call, and trust me, I interacted with him for 15 minutes, even though it's a market time, but still I interacted. He said, I am the board member of this Rajasthan University. Actually, before calling me, he messaged me on the LinkedIn. And I generally reply to all messages on the LinkedIn. Of course, there is a delay because I have so many things to do, but I generally reply to the LinkedIn messages. So I replied him, but then I forget it because I get so many messages every day. And all of a sudden, I got the call, and he said that I messaged you on the LinkedIn. Then I recall, and then I start interacted. He said that straight away, you tell me your email. I wanted to send you a brochure. I said, for what? Because we wanted to place our students with your company. I said, what is something you saw in my company for which you wanted to place the students? He said, we wanted to give our students the best knowledge. I said, wait, you people are charging lakhs of rupees every year as an MBA institution, and then you wanted to place the students with the companies to provide the knowledge. Even when I was MBA, I was having the same opinion that MBA institutions should be like a burger, not like a chow mein. There is a difference between burger and chow mein. Burger is ready to eat. 2 minutes. Put the sauce. You just need to heat it up in the oven. Hardly 2 minutes. Put the sauce. Ready to eat. But chow mein, it's a complete process. You need to hot this up. You need to make this up. You need to fry this up. It takes a hell lot of time. It's not an easy job. Even in the markets, you go, local markets, local food markets like we have in Singapore, it takes near about 10-15 minutes to make a chow mein. But burger is hardly 2 to 3 minutes job, hardly 2 to 3 minutes job. And even when I was MBA, which I'm talking about 2005-7 story, I was clear very first day that MBA student should be burger, not chow mein. Don't try to be a chow mein, because the company don't have time to teach you. Market is very volatile, and don't expect this from the company, because you have paid lakhs of rupees of fees to the MBA institutions, not to the company. Rather, company is paying you the salary. That's another important point. So what had happened, this person tried boasting that I am this, I am that, I am from this college, I am from this college, I did my MBA from this college. I said, wait, you did your MBA from any college. You are here to place your students. I hardly bothers from where you did the MBA. Then I asked him a simple question, which I am asking from majority of the MBA institutions, including Singapore. Do you have Reuters or Bloomberg in your campus? Even the 4 MBA students who are currently doing training with us, I have asked seriously from them, do you have Reuters and Bloomberg? and I have hardly seen an answer. 99% of the MBA institutions in India have no Reuters and Bloomberg. And we are paying to Bloomberg TV and Reuters. And if I tell you, majority of these MBA institutions are making lakhs of rupees as a fees from the courses every year. In fact, I'm not naming any specific MBA institution, but one of the leading MBA institutions for which I myself opted. Basically, when I was planning to do the MBA, I filled the form for this institution, and God is very kind. I acted as a faculty in this institution. So I have given the exam of this institution, and after many years, this institutions appointed me as a faculty for their international business course. Even this institution don't have Reuters and Bloomberg. Then what do you expect? How the kids would be learning the financial market, the structured finance, the derivative instruments, many things? How would they be learning without Reuters and Bloomberg? In fact, I'm telling you, I have seen many MBA institutions in India and outside India. They even do not have a TV at their reception which cover the business news. I tell you the life story. In 2019, Treasury Consulting filed for banking license in Singapore. Singapore government invited for digital banking licenses. We were one of the contenders. We filed for that. We were not having the money, but we were having the great proposition. And I assure you, Treasury Consulting would end up as a bank very soon. Then again, the same politics happen. You can see on the Google that Singapore government gave licenses to majority of the loss-making companies. Political power. But during this, I interacted with MAS on multiple times. MAS means Monetary Authority of Singapore. I interacted with MAS many times. And during my interaction with MAS, the first time when I interacted with MAS, I went to their office, which is very near to our office, Marina One, hardly 10 minutes walk, Marina One. It's a brown color building. If you can just stand from Marina One and you can see. One thing I failed to see that even their lobby, the so-called Central Bank of Singapore, the so-called Financial Center of Singapore, their lobby do not have a TV cover the business news. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, after a few days, we were invited, and I trust me, I have joined many conferences in Singapore. Now, majority of the conferences are stopped because of virus, but I have joined many conferences of Singapore in the leading places. I interacted with many MBA institutions. There is a pattern in conferences in Singapore. I tell you, no one will tell you. The pattern is that the business schools send their kids to these conferences to learn the practical things, and which is good, not bad. So they buy the tickets at concessional rate and they send their kids to these, you know, like in one of the I would say the conference which was organized by Sovereign Wealth Fund Institute. I interacted with one business school, NUS, National University of Singapore, and I will not tell you what their kids told me about their course. But I was like, what the hell is that? What the hell? And they were doing the applied finance. The moral of the story is Whether it is conferences, whether it is MBA institution, knowledge is no longer an important thing. That is one thing which is very clear. And I can say upfrontly. Parents, it's not about India. At least I have seen two countries very closely, India and Singapore. I haven't seen US, so no comments. You have seen that in this whole video, I have no comments about US. The expectation which kids are having from the institutions are not actually met. Rarely I saw any institution who teaching their kids with Reuters and Bloomberg. And it is not that I not visited these institutes. Let it be honest. Whether this is National University of Singapore, whether this is Singapore Management University, whether there are multiple universities I've been to, I interacted their sessions, and I raised the same question. Like I remember, in one of the interactions, I'll tell you, the Intercontinental Hotel is at the Middle Road, Singapore, 33 Middle Road, my favorite place because this is hardly 10 minutes away from Marina One, from Marina Bay Financial Center. Actually, it's my favorite because the first time I landed in Singapore in 2012, I stayed at the Middle Road, 33 Middle Road. So, and that's why Intercontinental is my favorite place. You can see that Intercontinental, it is at the Middle Road, Singapore. And from here you have a restaurant called Wiki Master, hardly 5 minutes away from Intercontinental, and the kind of breakfast he give you at $5, it's like, oops. Anyways, National University of Singapore organized one-to-one meeting, and I was also invited. I joined that meeting at Intercontinental. And I asked the person who was handling that session, it was one-to-one interaction, that guys, are you teaching this whole from Reuters or Bloomberg, or you are teaching this like a blackboard? And he was staring at me like, what the hell he's asking? From where the Reuters and Bloomberg come into the picture? And I was like, I'm in Singapore, or I'm in a global financial center. I'm asking about Reuters and Bloomberg. What the hell I asked? What is something I asked which should not been asked? One of the reasons why the world is so fragmented, one of the reasons why people don't have any knowledge, one of the reasons why universities have lack of skills is the practical application is missing. But yes, every year these universities make thousands of millions of dollars as a fees. And I dare to speak. And that's the reason we have launched Tera, Baap, Aaya. And this is 5th episode of Tera, Baap, Aaya. More episodes to come. I assure you, in 2022, we would have at least 70-80 episodes of Tera, Baap, Aaya. If you have any issue, contact me directly, 9899242978. Any business school faculty feel offended, give me a call. I tell you where you stand, guys. 5 minutes on Reuters, you might not be able to stand. I just conclude with one last story. In 2012, when I was invited by Eurofinance in India, then Eurofinance used to hold two big events, one Asia event in Singapore annually and one India event, generally Mumbai. And I've been to both. I was like, straight, RBI should be closed. I was at that point of time near about 27 to 28 years old. Today I'm around 37. I was like, straight, RBI should be closed. What is something they delivered? And why should we carry forward RBI? I was given the best speaker award at that point of time. Rather, Eurofinance included me in one of the sessions for which even I was not being included earlier. Later on in this event in the Eurofinance Mumbai, I interacted with one B school faculty. He was also present. That event happened at Taj Lands End, hardly 2 minutes away from Shah Rukh Khan home, Lands End, Taj Lands End. And during the interaction with that business school faculty at Taj Lands End, if you, I don't name that business school, but if you look at the business card of that person, it looked like he is a Chanakya in finance. But the kind of pathetic knowledge he delivered while interacting made me confirm that how he's going to be teaching his kids. This is how the world goes. And this is how the world would continue to go. And now situation is more severe than it was. Due to COVID-19, worldwide, majority of the MBA institutions now going online. In fact, the top MBA colleges of the US, you can check on the Google, they are online. If even in the classroom you not be taught appropriately, do you expect you being taught online? Probably on a Zoom call or maybe different platforms, whatever you have. When you are sparing near about 10 hours on a daily basis in a as a physical session in your business school, you're not interacted with Reuters and Bloomberg, do you think you interact online? And if you think so, this is the highest stupidity we do hold. Highest stupidity. This is Tera Baap Aaya, episode 5. I have shot this in English because I have included Singapore name in that, so that my friends in Singapore can listen to this video. I have not shot this in Hindi because they were not been able to understand the Hindi. That's why deliberately I shot this in English. But one thing I'm very clear, future is bleak. I repeat, bleak. This is Rahul Bhagan from Treasury Consulting Group. The offended people can give me a call. 9899 242 978. Have a great time.